Chiquinha, chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and then also hit the that little bell. That means you're gonna get notified of other videos that I do. Okay, so I'm in Guangzhou, China, and I'm actually at my friend's, his apartment's right up there, so I stayed there last night, stay there again tonight too, and I'm sure I'll be here other times as well. So actually this is kind of his neighborhood, but it's kind of cool because you got all these little alleys everywhere, and people can just sit outside. So it's very lived in, and there's some chickens right up here. We're gonna walk by those in a minute. But got a mirror right here. Let's see the mirror. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? And I think down that way there's a little river. So we're gonna walk by the river in a minute. But it's kind of cool. I like how everything is very lived in. So yeah, that's one great thing about China actually. It's like really, really functional. So it's like, you know, have all these neighborhoods. And right here, if you saw my last video, we would have been here last night. So him and I would have walked right in this area. And there's a beautiful waterfront right there, river walk. So later, they were just telling me it's another friend of his that I know as well. He lives in Guangzhou now too. But this place goes all the way to like the African and Arabic area. And I want to bring my camera there and show that. I don't know if I have enough time. Basically, I'll just kind of tell you what I'm doing. I have all day today in Guangzhou, and I'm going to try to get to Beijing-Lu and some other areas of the city. And then I'm going to try to, then I'm flying to Cambodia tomorrow morning. So I'll have some different footage from Cambodia. But there's a lot to see and explore in Guangzhou, but I don't know if today's the day to go to that particular spot. There'll be a lot of other stuff to see, so. And so yeah, there's kind of a waterfront in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into the alley in a minute. This is the one that I just came from, right in here. So right down that way. And we're just gonna kind of explore a little bit. This one is a beauty salon. So yeah, it's kind of very neighborhoodish. And everybody just kind of hangs out. So we're just gonna walk through it, and we're gonna go towards Beijing-Lu. Oh, actually this one's a dead-end one. No wonder that guy keeps looking at me. This isn't my neighborhood to... Okay. I kind of want to go back down in those alleys though, so because I'm going to be walking this main street in a minute, and then I'm going to turn off the camera. But the alleys in this area is pretty cool, so I definitely want to. Here we go. I definitely want to go back into the other alley so that you can kind of see what this neighborhood is like. This is near Martyr's place, Martyr's Palace. But you can see the way that everything's just kind of out, right? Like other refrigerators. Do they lock those up? I don't know. And yeah, and when you stay there, when I stayed there last night and today, this morning, you can basically hear everybody. So you're kind of like right out in the neighborhood. Ginseng, carrots. So I think we're gonna I'm just gonna come this way a little bit, and then we're gonna double back. It's a tailor shop. Chinese New Year stuff, so. So actually, so right there. So he lives right there. And we're gonna walk back. And I'm gonna turn off the camera once we get to the main street. It's beautiful. I like these vines and. But actually, if you follow my videos, and probably not many people have yet, but I live in Macau, so Macau has its own little unique thing. But then when you go to when I go to Zhuhai, it has a lot of similarities to this too. I always like it. So I used to live in Korea a long time ago for a long time, and that kind of reminds me a lot of living back in Busan back in the 1990s. Busan, Korea, the second largest city in Korea. Yeah, Guangzhou is a pretty big city in itself. It's alright. To give a name for this video. So I'm trying to, like, when I make a video I try to cut it into certain spots, so I'm just gonna see. So basically this is the street right there, so you can see we came all the way down that. And we're just gonna go to the main road. I guess it's not fair for me not to show you the main road. And this looks like where they would bring all their trash. So then I guess the truck would take it from here, so you don't just put it outside your apartment, but you walk it down to that spot. So yep, vehicles on the sidewalk. I think these are like bike share ones because they're beaten up. So alright, so Martyr's Palace station is down this way. Sun Yat-sen University is I think it's also down that way. And my friend's place is in this place right here. Beihengji. So alright. So actually you can also do this walkway too. So actually I have been to Guangzhou other times and I've actually walked up here, and it's they kind of beautify it, so you have all these plants that overhang it. And this is actually a pedestrian overpass if I remember right. It might be a road up there too. I don't know, there's lots of different. Guangzhou's a pretty big city, so it's another view. So okay. So here we go. You can see that there's a pedestrian pathway right there. So I guess I can kind of see too, there's also some pedestrian stuff I can kind of see a little bit of it. I'm actually going to be going to Beijing Lu, so I'm not going to... Looks like they also walk their dogs in this area too. So I'm just gonna do some walking and I'll turn it on when I get to Beijing Lu. Part of the issue right now is I only have like an hour and 20 minutes of time on this SD card, so I don't want to waste it when I might see really cool stuff later. So, all right, this is let's call this. Give it a name and put it up on YouTube. Just kind of cleaning the street right here, so you can see that pretty cool looking broom. So, it's pretty cool looking. So, okay. On the bike path side, I guess. So maybe I'll just take this camera a little bit and just show you. So Guangzhou has a lot of these pretty wide streets. And kind of have, there's a bike path right there. And then you have those guys. It's pretty cool. Alright, so I'll get the camera out a little bit later. But this is basically what a lot of Guangzhou that I've seen looks like. You always have like these kind of big sidewalks, which I guess is pretty good for people. Let's see the. Actually, this must be a police station right here. There's a lot of police everywhere. So maybe I should put the camera away. Kind of interesting. So I just saw this wall. So it has like different words. Democracy, it's in English. Translate Chinese. Stability. Harmony, very important for most places in Asia. Freedom. Equality. Justice. Rule of law. Patriotism. Dedication. Integrity. Friendship. Prosperity. And it looks like it doubles up again, so it has democracy again, civility, harmony. So it's kind of values, you know. Harmony is, you see it more in Japan, so you like harmony. I guess it's throughout Asia actually. Yeah, it's interesting. So in some of it's contradicts what you might think of China, you know, democracy, rule of law. But all right, we're gonna just keep going until I get to Beijing Lu. So, okay, so we're gonna come up on Beijing Lu in a minute. I just want to film in the spot because, for one, I want to conclude the other video. So, so basically, we walked up to this kind of nice pedestrian area, and if you saw the video from the one before this one for GUANGZHOU, I went there last night. So I'm gonna basically go through the daytime, and you'll see all that kind of pedestrian cool stuff. Is that right? And where we're at right now is Shongshan. See the guide. All right. Not quite at Beijing Lu yet. So we're at a place called Wende Lu. So we'll just kind of walk. So maybe I'll conclude it with this one, but at least you get a little bit more see. You see people with windmills. That has something to do with Chinese New Year. Alright. Next video, Beijing Lu. Beijing Lu, this is kind of a central spot of Guangzhou. So we're in Guangzhou, and there's a lot of tourist maps, a lot of places to go, and a lot of people. And it's Chinese New Year, and tomorrow's the big day, but everything is kind of in celebration already. So there's lots of little stuff everywhere. So we're just gonna kind of walk through this whole little area. So you might, if you didn't see it last night, we walked through here as well, so you can definitely see footage from that. I just had some Thai fish snacks that are in the trash if you're curious. Or last night you might have seen, this is some old archaeological records from Guangzhou from, I think we showed it last night, I think it was the year 700-800 AD, about 1,000 years old. It's quite busy around here for sure. Okay. See, there's like a Uniqlo. For some reason I was, a lot of times shops closed for New Year's Eve, but maybe today is kind of the big day where everything is open and everybody's out and about. Another one of those. Probably saw those big rooms from the other day, or from the last video from another street cleaner. All the lanterns are up. Got all the China flags. And I'm kind of walking against the fish right here. Everybody's walking to get in the other lane, I guess. Back in the right lane now. Pinwheels. Okay, so Beijing-Lu is the main street in Guangzhou, and I think maybe this is my 4th or 5th time in Guangzhou. I haven't been here in about a year or so. And we're gonna, right up to the right, we're gonna be up there pretty soon, but to the left, sorry. There's a pretty cool looking Chinese touristic looking thing, building. Don't know what you call it, but we'll see it when we get there. Those pinwheels, I guess, are for you to find your friends, but some people put them on their heads, like those two over there. I saw people are using them kind of like to flag down other people. But maybe that's just the secondary role. Like I'm at all the ruins in Macau. Usually hordes of people there too, but Beijing-Lu is one of the main centers, so it makes sense. Big baby up there. Okay, they're selling things. You guys. Hey! Navigate through here real quick. Starbucks, parking shop. So I was going to keep walking. I think that that really cool spot is down further. Cool spot meaning where they have the big Chinese thing. We saw it last night actually, so I want to walk by that. Actually, I'm supposed to be over there and that way, walking that way. But this is kind of good because I get to walk directly into the people, which is much more interesting on a camera level. So I think I'm just going to stay and just kind of walk across in the way that I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I kind of like walking the wrong way here. This works out perfect for the camera. You don't want to see the back of people's heads, right? I mean, I don't know about other people, but like when I look at YouTube videos, like I want to see everything, including people's faces and what they look like. And actually, this one I can come right at everybody, right? Might be a strategy for me down the road. Okay. So I think that big place that I really want to see is still further down. I like Guangzhou. many foreigners around. Some, I see some foreigners. Huh, last night when I was with Lance, I saw this big Chinese area, a big it's been all the way, I don't remember crossing this main street though. Anyways, this is Beijing Lu. I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to maybe cross that street and see. So it says area, this used to be a Japan chain restaurant. So we're going to go try to find it right now. So I think it's over this way. And let me just take a look. So we're in Guangzhou. I used to live in Japan and Siberia was one of the places I used to go to quite a bit. There's also Sukiya. There's another Japanese chain over here, and also it's right here, Japanese. This whole, looks like this whole little area might be all Japanese stuff. So I didn't really realize Japan, Guangzhou had that. But yeah, Sukiya is another Japan, kind of like a fast food. Get some noodles and some rice and things like that. And what I'm trying to do is find this area, and I don't know, maybe that elevator went to this area. Let's go ahead and take a look. I went here once, like about 5 years ago. I went to that Caesarea, the same one, because I love Japanese food. Should be eating Chinese food, right, in Guangzhou, but I live in Macau, so I crave the stuff that I don't see. And I don't think Caesarea is in here. So we're gonna head back out again. Get the crowds a little bit. So I have a feeling that that place might have been where the elevator was at. Actually, I was trying to film that Caesarea sign, and I didn't have the camera on the first time. So there was like two guys that looked like, I don't know, they kept staring at me either at the camera or that I thought I was trying to film them. So it looked like they could have been a couple. So I don't know if they were thinking in those terms that I was trying to film a gay couple. But anyways, I was kind of a little bit self-conscious that I was filming Caesarea sign, but they might have thought I was a ploy. I tried to film them, but I wasn't really my intention at all. But I think they went up the elevator, which is where Caesarea might be. That sign might be how to get there, you know. So I was thinking it might be funny if I'm in Caesarea. They were kind of looking at me like, you know, what are you trying to do? But I didn't have my camera on. So that's one of the blogging things that's kind of funny, right? It's like sometimes you're... So I don't know, there's a sign that says Caesarea, 7th floor. I guess it is up there. All right, we'll go take a look. It's basically what it looks like right outside, so it's kind of a cool little spot. So you can see like this, all this right here, like that, and there's a TV screen right there. Hello. You see this screen? So I can film all that stuff, yeah. Yeah. So, alright, so, hello. I'm gonna use this one right here. So I guess they're, I don't know, let me see if I can find the button. Here it is. Can only go up to 5. Anyways, these guys are really fascinated by the camera. I need to go up to 7, but I think this only goes to 5, but we'll just take it up to what it gets to, and then try to figure out 7 from there. Actually, so the elevator, I think I'm kind of surprised those guys didn't join me in the elevator. Not that I wanted them to, but it's like they're kind of just lingering around, so you'd think that dang. I was trying to get to Caesarea and there's like Pizza Hut instead. This only went up to 5. I guess you have to go into that building, I guess. If I wanted pizza, I could get that instead. Kind of want Caesarea though. All right, we're gonna head down. guess this might be called Search for Caesarea in GUANGZHOU. There's a menu for this elevator, but it's kind of cool because kind of interesting view. And the fact that this is there's the things moving, and the elevator's going to be coming up in a minute. Get a view of this part of GUANGZHOU. Yeah, I like China. Has a lot of characteristics that I like. Being that I like the density and all the people everywhere. Alright, let's see if those guys are. It's kind of half expecting those guys to be coming up to see what I was doing up here. Okay, so we're gonna go back down to 1. And I guess I need to go inside the shopping mall to get to Caesarea, so I'll definitely find it, and since I've been making a big scene about it, I'm gonna film it as well. So there's the sign right there, Caesarea. Okay, we're gonna come back out. I guess those guys are long gone now. Those 2 that were fascinated by the camera. Anyways. Alright, Caesarea 7. Okay, so this is the 7th floor. Caesarea looks like there's a lot of other good restaurants around here too, though. This is when I kind of have that self-doubt that maybe I shouldn't be going for Japanese. It is over there. Yeah, you got lots of good stuff. This is putting up the Chinese New Year signs, and he pounds it when he does it. I guess there must be that. So there's this blue. I can't remember the name. Tacky, but there's a reason that he has to do that so hard like that. All right, so this is Caesarea. It's actually it's just a Japanese fast food place, but I'll just kind of show you the menu. Just kind of got addicted to it in Japan because it has has salads and corn and tater tots, you know, like these tater tots that you get, like it's like from like a United States microwavable stuff. And you can also get like wine here too. And there's pastas and pizzas as well, so garlic bread, stuff like that. Desserts and ice cream, all kinds of stuff. So in Japan, it's kind of cool. It was like really, I don't know, it's kind of like it. So anyways, it's a popular chain in Japan. It's almost in every single, it's like almost like a McDonald's almost, you know, it's so frequent everywhere there. Here's some of the displays. So, alright. Pizza as well, so I'm gonna get some. Okay, so this is, it says there's like a drink bar. This is 7 RMB, which is maybe $1. And basically you can drink as much as you want. So, you get your ice. This is actually the same in, oops, this is water. The ice is, here. And I'm going to dip it like that. So I got that. And I'm gonna dip. Alright. So this is Caesarea. It's basically a chain restaurant. I'll just show you the prices real quick. So like 15 RMB, 22 RMB. It's probably like $2. It's probably like a dollar, $1 American dollar, $1 American dollar. Maybe $1.50, maybe $2 almost, maybe. So okay. Okay, so Caesarea, so I've got this, which is really tasty. This is like coconut, Coca-Cola pizza, so I kind of got a weird mix of stuff there. But I haven't had any of this in quite a while, so. Okay, so that was Caesarea. I don't know if it's kind of like what do you call that? McDonald's comfort food. So I don't know. Food is, you know, mediocre. It's cheap, but I lived in Japan for just short of 6 years. So I just eat there at least probably once a week all the time. So I've been in Macau for about 6 years. So so basically, that's my opportunity to kind of get that comfort food, I guess. It's like the Japan McDonald's. So the oyster and pizza, which is kind of strange, but not what usually people get. But I haven't had Caesarea pizza in a long time, and I haven't had. I always like getting these clams. Anyways, so that's Caesarea, and we're gonna head back in a minute. Go back down into Beijing Lu. Okay, so I'm back out on Beijing Lu. So it's pretty crowded here. So what I'm going to do is show you this place over here. So this is what I want to show you, is this right over here. Okay, so it's a pretty cool little place, but all the festivities and things are over here. It's the place I was looking for, that I saw last night. That was really pretty cool looking. And I think I'm going to conclude this one, and then I think I'm going to kind of organizing it so you're going to have one that's like Beijing Lu, and then I get to this spot, and then Caesarea will probably be the next one, and then I'm going to do one where I just walk around this area, so there'll be a couple of them from this area. Okay, so this is Beijing Lu, and it's kind of like New Year's Eve basically in the China system. So maybe the previous videos you saw me walking down Beijing Lu, and this is also Beijing Lu in this video as well. And maybe a few videos ago you saw me come through here at nighttime, and there's all these flowers and things like that that are right in this area. So I'm also gonna for some reason they sell these things. But we're just gonna walk. Just gonna walk and see what we can see in this area. Got some cows in here. Quite crowded, as you can see. So nice. Crazy crowded in here. Kind of expected it to be, but okay, just kind of giving you a little update. It's crowded in here. So it gets crowded. I think I started moving a little faster, so I'm going to just try to get out of Beijing though. All right. Year of the Pig, 2019, so Chinese New Year. So I'm gonna wander around and go to another part of the city. I think this is pretty interesting, but it's also pretty crowded. And I think for a YouTube video, I think you have a pretty good sense of what it's like right here. So hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so Beijing Lu is down this way, and then I'm coming back this way. And it's kind of supposed to be a new video actually. So might even add this on the end of this one, on the end of Beijing Lu. But this is basically where I'm going to be going. I'm going to be walking a little bit and seeing what else I can see, and showing you the other parts of the city. And kind of going to be angling towards the waterfront. I don't know how much sunlight I'm going to get, but you can get a feel for a little bit more of Guangzhou anyways. There's definitely some great areas of it. I'm going to try to walk there right now, but I don't know if I'll get much sunlight. So anyways, this is going to be probably a new video. So alright, looks like there's a lot more crowds down that way again. These are kind of the alleys, and that right here is the main road. Let's kind of show you how this works a little bit. So you got a main road, all the businesses, and you also have these little residential. So I'm just going to go down into a little residential. I'm just going to walk through this, and then we're going to come out to the other side. But you can kind of get a feel for you know, like what's around you by going through this little residential stuff. But yeah, basically just normal houses, and a lot of times you can see right into the houses because it's kind of wide open. So then we're gonna get back to the main road in a minute. So this is kind of a little excursion, but I see this pretty much a lot of places in China. So definitely been seeing it a lot here, and Zhuhai right next to me in Macau. And sometimes I see it in Macau, and it's always kind of feels like. So right there's the main road again, and then right here's, you know, everybody lives in these areas. So let's just see. So basically it's like a little labyrinth of stuff. I don't know if we can go that way or not. Hello, how are you? So you can also go down this way. That's kind of cool looking building. So I think I'm just gonna go back this way. Let's just see here. Sometimes these end up little dead ends, but you can see it. It's pretty cool. I like this building. It's all brick, and it's really cool, like just the way the structures of these places are. Because you can live right here in this pretty cool looking apartment. It's probably loud all the time. But then you can walk right out and you're on a main road, you know, with all the buses and everything. Which to me is like one of the beauties of China and Asia. So actually my friend and I are staying at his place here in Guangzhou, so we're kind of talking about how it's probably inevitable. Usually when foreigners come to Asia, they're like, oh man, this is really cool. Like I can just walk everywhere, and there's a million restaurants. You know, like people pay really, really good money to do that and live in, you know, the very, very few American cities that have this kind of lifestyle, which would be like, you know, Manhattan or Brooklyn, maybe San Francisco, maybe some Seattle neighborhoods, but not much else, New Orleans. But you know, basically everywhere in Asia is set up like that, like stuff that people pay a lot of money, you know, most people cannot afford. There's a little boy game that's pretty common and everywhere. So, okay. Yeah, basically we're just saying, you know, like it's pretty inevitable that at some point people are gonna discover all this, you know, and like there's a little bike lane too. That's another thing. The bike lanes in the United States, they're kind of in traffic, and this one, you know, in Asia they put, you know, especially China, they put little fences around there. They have all these little. Yeah, so you got your bike lane here and then your car, so like you want to separate those, right? But in the United States, you know, usually they put it where car doors can clip you, and 100 other things that doesn't make any sense. You know, like sometimes it's a little bit unfortunate the United States doesn't study how to do things, you know, the best way that's happened in the other 180 countries in the world. But you get outside the United States and a lot of them do, you know, they'll figure out a great way to do bike lanes themselves. You know, so like that's the whole thing's a bike lane, nobody can park and clip the doors on you. That kind of stuff. Then they got rental bikes, so I think that's a rental bike right there. Mobike, yeah. So, okay. Just gonna keep on walking. Yeah, someone like me, I haven't had a car in 25 years, maybe. Not that I don't have a driver's license. I've had it the whole time. I just don't have any need to buy one or use one. So okay, all right. Now I know where we're at. We're coming down by the waterfront right now, which is kind of where I want to be right now. All right, this is perfect. Okay, so this is kind of just, you know, regular everyday Guangzhou right here. Bike lanes, bikes separated. The cars have their own lanes that are completely separated, so if you're to buy a bike, you're probably never going to get hit by a car. And if you're a pedestrian, you're probably never going to get hit by a bike unless you're a pedestrian that walks into the bike lane. But you can't just walk there very easily, can you? So, okay. Looks like a subway station right here. Or no, it's yeah, metro station right there. All right. So, okay. Yep, that's a pretty nice waterfront right in here. So, I'm gonna wander over that way. Okay. Oh, I just saw this really cool looking thing way over there. It's that ferry boat thing. I'm just going to show you this park. This park, there's like people doing go and kind of, you know, surrounding each other. And I wanted to show you that, but I also want to get over here before it gets dark. Because actually, I really like this part of Guangzhou. I almost never do this kind of thing where I talk to the cell phone. I prefer it like this, so you can see what I'm saying. I don't know, when I'm walking, I don't want to look at somebody the whole time. I want to look around. So usually I put the camera like that, so you can see what I see. And I'm going to do this again, so you can see me watching this bus coming at me. So, okay. This is one of those moments where I thought the camera was probably turned off as I was explaining on that. It's pretty cool right in here. So, I'm going to try to cross this street. East River, Chinese cuisine. Pretty cool spot. This is pretty common. My friend was telling me to yell on the phones because the phones used to be pretty old. I'm just kind of laughing as I see that. It's kind of funny. So, okay. So we're gonna walk over to this way. I'm gonna show you this in a minute, and it's just getting at perfect time so you can see all of this. And it looks like we have our light. Thank you. So this is the part of Guangzhou that I like a lot. You have this whole river walk, and you have all these boats, and there's kind of like a little island over there, so I'm going to try to get over there as well. Yeah, I like also these banyan trees too, the way they go overhead everywhere. So, all right. So, I might just conclude this video for that particular one. This will go with the last one, and I'm gonna start a new video, and you can tune in and watch it. So I'll put it up, you know, after this one, most likely. Okay, so we're down here in GUANGZHOU, and this is the river. So there's a lot of movement down this river. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I basically live in Macau. I've been living in Asia since 1996, so you can do the math depending on when you watch the video. But right now it's 2019, so it just turned Chinese New Year 2019. So it's been 23 years in Asia. Anyways, I live in Macau, so the interesting thing about Guangzhou is, you know, Macau and Guangzhou have a long history together, so that's where the Portuguese weren't allowed to come up here themselves, so they would, some of them did of course, but they weren't allowed to settle, so they had to settle way down there in Macau. So, but they would come up this river, you know, the British and the Portuguese and the Dutch and all the other European powers when they were all over Asia back in the day. And so this river, you know, would have some historical significance. And basically what the Portuguese's role at that time was to prevent other Europeans from coming in, so they let them settle right in that spot in Macau, and so that the other Europeans couldn't get to this river right here. I'm going to show this right here. So, okay. So we're going to walk down this a little bit. So right now it's Chinese New Year. It's February. It changes every year, but today's February 3. And then Chinese New Year is, I think this year is 567. Kind of speed through this area a little bit. A lot of people in this area. Looks like people are kind of waiting for something. I don't know, they might just be enjoying the evening out. Some of them are kind of like perched where they look like they're trying to get a seat for something. But a lot of people travel during this time of year, so it's possible that people's families could have come back and they want to get out to what they know of Guangzhou. Banyan trees, they overlook like that. There's quite a few of them. I just pointed up that way, and then a guy looked up there too. It's hard to know who's. A lot of times people yell kind of loud just in general, like just the way they interact with each other is very loud. So sometimes I don't know if they're yelling at me because I have a camera, or if they're just, you know, saying hi to their friend. So that back there a second ago, I kind of felt like, oh, is that guy? Maybe has some kind of opinion about a guy with a camera. Pretty cool spot right there. Wow, guy's Cameroon jacket really looks cool. And that camera shot right there. So we're just gonna keep walking down. This is actually a pretty good filming spot because right now is the perfect time of evening to come out to this spot. Combined with the Chinese New Year, it's like. And actually, I moved to Macau like six years ago. I moved to Macau, 2013. Feels like just a year ago. But one of the first things I did when I got here was I came up here to visit and to see what it was like, because I'd been to other parts of China, but China's a little bit different in different places. So of course I was curious about Guangzhou, and I hadn't really heard a lot of positive things. It's kind of lacked like kind of indifference more than anything. But when I came here, it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. You get this nice river walk. You know, like you've seen some of the city now already through my lens, and it's not a bad place. You know, it's an interesting place. Sometimes, you know, like when you're in Macau, there's and definitely in Hong Kong, there's a tour bus. Wouldn't mind seeing what to hop on, hop off takes you if I had another day. If you keep watching my channel, I definitely will come back here again because I got a couple of good friends that live up here, so I'll come up again for sure. But actually, I'm flying out of Guangzhou tomorrow to go to Cambodia. So hopefully you'll see those videos as well. The only way you wouldn't would be if something was to happen to my camera and all the footage that I'm going to take. Actually, in Cambodia they talk a lot about, like, you know, keep your stuff close to you, because if you're walking around somebody might come by and swipe it. So I'm going to be with this camera like this, so to be extra alert, I guess. So I think we're going to be kind of along this wall a little bit, and I'll stop filming in a few minutes. Kind of want to see what's on the other side of this tree before I turn it off. A lot of times I turn it off and then suddenly something is interesting. I think there's a bus stop, which might be interesting. These bikes, the rent-a-bike, mobike, not a rental, but a bike share program. So, okay, so this is the bus station, bus stops. And I'm going to turn it off until I get to something else. They're playing basketball right here, but it's kind of funny because it's you got a busy street there, and then you have the waterfront right there. So kind of an interesting place to put a basketball court. But I like it because that's kind of that urban density that makes everything walkable, and, you know, makes society, in my opinion, a good place. So let's see. And we have this right here. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to get to this island. The other time I was here, there's this island, and it's has all this really cool housing, but it might be I might actually walk over this bridge. It looks like, I remember we're doing that before. I have a feeling though by the time I get to the other side of wherever I'm trying to get to, it'll be too dark to film. So we'll see. If this is the last footage you see, then I guess it was. Okay, so I think actually this guy just turned around, so I think either I can take a left or I can't. So this might be the end of this river trip I'm going to take. So that probably would have been the highlight, maybe back there. Actually, for all I know, could have hung around there a lot longer. It's going to go all the way down to this other spot where I think there's an island, but and cross this bridge, but I just don't think I'm going to have enough daylight left to do that. So I think what I'm going to do instead is just walk back to where I was, and I might even go back to Beijing Lu and just film there one more time as well. So, but at least you did get a sense of this. And actually the reason that I want to go to the island right now is because that particular area has some really like beautiful pastel colored buildings that kind of look like stuff that you might see in Macau, like just kind of like a cool like colonial kind of just like, I don't know, the way buildings were built before was always pretty interesting. So I don't want to go down there and lose this sense of color. So anyways, I guess I'll just try to film like this, and hopefully you got a good sense of GUANGZHOU, and stick with me. I might film another scene, something a little bit later, different tonight, maybe Beijing Lu again, maybe a kind of busy street. See what's happening tonight at Sunday night on the eve before New Year's Eve kind of thing for China. All right. As the thing says, get sidetracked. Okay, so this is the waterfront right over there, and over right on this side of the street we have Garden Cafe. Interesting. And some bars and restaurants, I guess. So, hello. So, okay. So this is kind of another way that you can see a little bit more down by the waterfront. So let's see. I guess this is for the restaurant. Tea. Chinese New Year person. So okay. Looks like that's the one that people walk across, so I might actually walk over there as well. Why not? Might be another video though. Okay, so in this one I'm gonna walk that bridge, and I'm gonna walk all the way over there, and I'm gonna walk over that bridge. So I'll show you what this looks like at nighttime. And actually you can see quite a few people up here as well. So I don't think I can get up right over there. So it should be pretty interesting. It's a little square. It looks like it's a square that a lot of people walk. So, all right, let's get going. I have to try to get over there. Get over there. So. Oh, there's a plane right over there. I don't know if you can see it in this camera, but I can see it in my eye easily. But I'm gonna walk this one instead. I was over there, and I decided I'm just gonna walk this way instead because it was kind of hard to get across this road from over there. But right here, there's this nice way to get right up there immediately. I don't even have to cross this road and find, you know, the entrance over there. The other one didn't have that, didn't have this. So anyways, here we go. And we're up at the top. So okay. Actually, when you're up here, you don't really have that sense of the bright colors that you do when you're down there. So I don't know where, I guess all the bright colors are up above or below. It's kind of so strange. They're so bright from down there. All right, anyways, looks like this other side, this other street looks like it's pretty entertaining. So we're gonna walk down that entertaining side in a little box. And you can see these, all the boats are all lit up everywhere here. I'm assuming they all have tourists on them. Possibly locals too, I don't know. In Macau they have some boats like that too, but I've never been on one. So if you live there, you don't think about it, but if you go somewhere else, it's like, ah, that's what I want to do. Every city has its tourist infrastructure. Somebody's going to find a way to make some money off of something. And there's a lot of money available from tourists moving around and traveling. Actually, this bridge, I thought it'd take longer to get across these bridges, but actually it doesn't take long at all. So this is GUANGZHOU, and this is the so you can kind of see things all the way down on both sides. I hear some fireworks somewhere. I don't see them. Fireworks could be almost anything, you know. It's Chinese New Year, so they don't have to be high in the sky. All right, so looks like we're gonna come down here in a minute, and that street looks pretty crowded. So I'm going to be taking this spiral stairs. I'll turn off the camera, and then I'll walk down this little busy street right here. I'll take that one. Alright, before I go down, I'll just show it from this angle. So it looks kind of interesting from that angle too. So now you can see this color right here, the red. Alright, so we're gonna go down. Okay, that's where all the color's at. So when you're on the bridge, you don't really see all the color of it, but now you do. Looks like that one, when you walk on it, it's like more higher, so when I come back, I guess it'll be pretty much right there. A lot of people right on this street. Looks like it's a pedestrian street too. Well, I might end up walking over there then. These are all police right here. Huh. Well, I was gonna take this other bridge, but now I might change paths and see what this is. Looks like that street is blocked off, and it looks like there's some Chinese New Year stuff right there. So we're gonna navigate it and see. Definitely a lot of police here. Sheesh. Yeah, looks like it's all pedestrians, so I'm turning this off while I try to get through the crowd. So I just walked this a little bit. Right there's the bridge. And it looks pretty crowded. Looks like a lot of people are wanting to walk this way. There's a little Chinese thing there, and there's a lot of police over there, and people with all kinds of gifts and stuff to sell. You have the pig, so those are like little pigs right there. Huh. Let's go up. I think it's going to be the same kind of market that I saw earlier at GUANGZHOU. But of course here, you know, you have the beauty of the river. Alright. I don't know if it's worth going into this big crowd or not, but I guess I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk right over here on this side. So everybody's taking pictures with this here, the pig right there. Okay. So it looks like this is, I'm going to do the same thing I did before and kind of go through the middle of the crowd. I'm going to try to go to that sidewalk, but I think it's better to see things from this side. Okay, it looks like they just sell things here. Then if we go further down, there's more interesting things. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if you can see. It's at nighttime. So I'm just going to go to the middle. People selling flowers. You can smell the flowers. The flower smell is very strong and it smells beautiful. Okay. Let's go a little bit further. I think they're just basically selling flowers for the new year. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue, get back on my bridge, but anyways, this is a little excursion from the bridges. Okay, so we're back on this side. So I'm gonna be walking. Guess I'm gonna walk this way. Looks cool. So we're gonna walk kind of against the stream here. Everybody's trying to get down where I just came from, but I'm gonna try to walk over to that bridge. Yeah, one thing is there's like 10 or 15 million people in Guangzhou, something pretty large number of people. So I guess that's why they have a lot of people with neon light stuff. Little pepper cakes. So I'm definitely going across against the stream this way, which I think is good. That means that it's going to get kind of peter out, I hope. Yeah, this is sugarcane juice. All right. Okay, you get a feel for this too, so I'm gonna turn it off again and get closer to the bridge and put it back on again. Oh, the moment I said that, there was a musician, so I'll capture this too. I wonder if musicians make as much money on a busy night. You'd think they should, but then, you know, I feel obligated to give money if I put a camera on a musician. But when there's 50 million people, probably like a few cameras on them at every second anyway, so they don't really have that guilt or expectation. Sugar cane. Another musician. This guy's not playing right now. He made a little bit of money though. Actually, just has ones. Maybe he's just getting set up, threw in some ones so that people know where to put it. Looks pretty popular. There's a lot of people around this one. Must be a Alright. So we're gonna go up that one. Dang, might have to walk across the street to get over there to go up there though. Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna be doing then. Oh, when I got to the bridge, I thought I'd be up there, but you have to go over there to get on the bridge, and there's no way to get over here. There's a big thing that's right there, so. Oh, that guy's really staring. So let's just see, so I have to try to get. I have to walk all the way down there to get over here to be able to go up that way. I see the crosswalk over there. I guess I gotta do it. Alright. So yeah, I gotta go all the way down that way. So I can go back that way. Okay. So I walked that and I'm up on the bridge. So we're gonna walk. You can see, I can see how this bridge is set up differently. So that light's kind of up on the middle. And this one has a really wide pedestrian. And so this is where I was just coming from. So I had to walk all the way down and come back up here. So okay. So now I get a view of this, and I think I've been here before. I think I've actually walked way down there, and it was pretty cool. I was thinking there was an island, but I'm thinking maybe it was maybe it wasn't the island that I thought. Which is kind of funny. This reminds me a lot of Da Nang, Vietnam. I mean, Da Nang is much smaller, but they have these beautiful bridges like that. You know, with all these lights like that. So actually, you can see it all the way across. So, okay. Oops. So you can see the boats coming way down there. I think I remember a Ferris wheel in here somewhere. I don't know what part of that city or where that's at. Pretty cool view though. And then you have that right there. And this is the middle. Very photogenic. The middle because there's no lights right here, but there are there and there. So yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to be flying to Cambodia. Pretty good view of this. Okay. Oops. Actually, it's a good place to sit. Some people sitting right there. So yeah, actually, this is beautiful right here. Oh, this is the bike path. So this guy is on the bike path, and there's some people walking on this bike path. So you can see there's a bike right there, and then they're walking on the bike path. So. And these bikes are off the bike path, so I guess it's gonna be free for all. So alright, there's no sense to me taking the camera if this my goal was just to do this one. So basically I walked over that bridge and I walked into that little area, and then I came into this area, and we're gonna conclude. This is the bridges GUANGZHOU right here. Alright, tune in. I'm gonna be in Cambodia next, so. Okay, this is a Limbok Indonesian restaurant. So I'm kind of in GUANGZHOU, and this is basically this is kind of all, this street is all pedestrian right now. So you can walk all the way around. So I haven't decided which way I'm gonna go, either that way or that way. I hear some drums over here too. Hello. Ice cream. Thank you. China? I gave them this sign, so I don't know. I think they were maybe thrown off a little bit. So okay, there's a lot of little things going on around here. Actually, I'm kind of surprised they don't have more streetlights here. Oh, they do have streetlights. Some of them are turned off. A lot of them are turned off. No wonder it's so dark. You just have to go over to the light then. I think actually people are kind of standing like in a line for something. All right. That's a nice one. Okay, that's the back side. This is both pedestrian streets. So earlier I was over here, and now it's all lit up now. So yeah, it's kind of like an old Chinese style kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. But since I haven't walked over here yet, so I definitely want to walk over here. Kind of funny, nobody's drinking, but it feels like everybody should be drinking. This is another country they might be. This is Australia or United States, or well, the United States wouldn't have anywhere for this many people to go. Maybe New York, Puerto Rican Day Parade or something. Okay. So all this kind of Peppa Pig stuff and Near the Pig stuff and it's actually kind of interesting because every 12 years you'd have the Year of the Pig, right? So that means, you know, in your lifetime, again, how long you live, you'd only see a few of them. So if you're 47 years old right now, this would have been your third time to see the Year of the Pig. If you're 47, that even. Okay, it's kind of interesting. Okay. So I think up here is Like the big stuff? The big You see that little thing going up? I'm gonna try to walk over to the side a little bit and I'm gonna pause it. I'll turn it back on a little bit. Okay, so we're going back up here. Actually, we were here earlier. We're back here again. So it's very crowded now. But there's something new that's up ahead that I haven't been to before, way up there. And we'll probably just keep going right up to that. Most likely. But yeah, the crowds are definitely the same. Chinese New Year right there. Okay, the year of the pig. So we're going to be coming up at the end of our time in Guangzhou. I'm going to head back and try to get a little bit, hang out with my buddy a little bit. And I'm going to go probably directly to the airport at about 3 a.m. to catch a flight at 6 a.m. to go to Cambodia. So actually there's a couple of people I've known that have had their cameras stolen while they were filming in Cambodia. So I'm like, oh man. Gonna switch an SD card, but that doesn't happen, so I'm kind of have this anxiety that I might be filming and then you know some moment I lose this camera and then I'm kind of screwed. But I'm sure it's just anxiety. I've been to Cambodia twice, but I'm going to be moving around a little bit and staying in some hostels instead of hotels. Basically because it's Chinese New Year, so all the hotels are like $80. I might as well be in Hong Kong if I'm going to spend $80 in Cambodia for like a cheap-ass hotel. So instead I'm going to opt for hostels that are like $5, get a dormitory bed and just kind of go at a lower level. Alright, so this is it's Beijing Lu right there. This is Get Sidetracked. I'm just gonna keep walking. The crowds are heavy. Understandably so. Alright, so see you in Cambodia. Okay, I'm going to conclude the Guangzhou right here. This is the end of the walk almost. So I'm back at my friend's house, kind of walking down this dark alley at maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And we're going to sum it up right here. Alright. See you in Cambodia.
Chiquinha.